Good morning, Barbados. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados, good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Terrific Thursday morning to you indeed, and welcome to today, everyone. It is Thursday, the 14th of August, 2025. That means that we are what, if you do your math, 8 days away from the start of CariFesta 15 on our soil. And so we're looking forward to what is going to be truly an explosion of exactly who we are as Caribbean people coming together in one melting pot to just reveal to the rest of the world the excellence of our creatives and others within our society. So we're looking forward to talking to you a little bit more about that this morning. But welcome all on our Facebook streams, YouTube, and our website as well. To all of you, we say good morning. You've made a good start to your day. Thank you for doing so. Remember, share the show, tell others about us, and let them come by to enjoy what we do Monday to Friday from 6 o'clock bright and early. So to you, thank you indeed. And as always, I encourage you, if you know of something or someone whose story we need to tell, then tell us about it by sending us an email. Our email address is right there on your screen. It is morninbarbados@cbc.bb, morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And to each and every one of you, we do say thank you for partnering with us in making what we think is a really good show. So if you feel the same, tell others about us, bring them along as well. Now, coming up today, Thursday, we will meet the captains of the Barbados triathlon team as they prepare to head off to Trinidad and Tobago next week to compete on our behalf. So the people behind that will talk to us a little bit about that. We get to know the team. We'll get to understand what it is that they've set as targets so that we as a people here on this 166 square miles can support them from afar and hope that they bring glory to our nation indeed. So we'll talk to them about that this morning. Her love of Q in the community, though she's born in London, has brought her home. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll meet this morning our early morning wall crawler, Pamela Hurley. You know the name for those of you who listen to Q 100.7 FM. You'll get to see her this morning to hear her story. But she's more than just the party goer. As a matter of fact, she is an educator. And so we want to talk to her a little bit more about what she has been doing in London and how we in Barbados can benefit from her expertise as well. Do you know the steps to successful breastfeeding? If you do not, you'll learn today because this month is Breastfeeding Month. And so our breastfeeding friendly hospital, the QEH, will join us and members of our medical fraternity as well as we talk a little bit more about the benefits that our children will derive from breastfeeding. That is coming up for sure. Now, pulling a project together such as CariFesta 15 must take a lot of work, a lot of logistics, a lot of things have to come together all at once and sometimes separately to make the show happen. And so this morning, the logistical coordinator for CariFesta 15 will join us. We want to hear of the chaos and how he's been able to sort it out to success. So we'll talk to him a little bit more about that just 8 days away from the start, ladies and gentlemen. Now, a cohort of young men have now taken a step across the bridge to the world. This is an initiative by Men's, as you know, and so this morning we'll meet two who have graduated just recently from that cohort, as well as the leaders. We want to celebrate their success on their path to that success as well, to making their lives far more meaningful. And ahead of the start of CariFesta 15, which has its opening ceremony on the 22nd, Barbados Queen's Park Gallery is already exhibiting some of what Barbados will be exhibiting at CariFesta. We'll talk to them about that as well this morning, so you get to see for yourself before anyone else does. But let's get started. It's 4 minutes after 6 o'clock by meeting Pamela Hurley. Pamela Hurley from London is with us. Q in the community, Q early morning wall crawlers. This is Pamela Hurley. Pamela, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome to Barbados.
Thank you.
You know I'm going to trace your roots here now.
Right.
You are a Hurley from?
From Boscobel, St. Peter.
From Boscobel, St. Peter.
Yes.
Have you done the tracing yourself?
I have indeed.
And what have you discovered?
My family go back generations. Honestly, they used to work back on at St. Nicholas Abbey several generations ago, and I still have roots there now.
Wow, that must make you feel proud, doesn't it?
It really does. It makes me proud every time I step off the plane.
So living in London and knowing that back on that island of 166 square miles are outstanding people,
Yes.
does it pull you home?
It really does. And I walk with pride everywhere I go. Everywhere I go.
What do your parents tell you about Barbados?
About Barbados, I was brought up on stories of their childhood in Boscobel, and also I keep up with the news on CBC, of course.
Thank you.
And I love the culture, I love the people, and it reflects the way I was brought up in London.
If you had to make a choice between British food, Barbadian food, which one wins?
I'll tell you what, I eat Bajan food in London, but I do eat some English food too.
Yes, but the Bajan food takes the precedence, right?
Wins every time.
All the time. And so you've been able to curate a palate, a taste for Bajan food.
Definitely.
And that's because of what your mother did in-house?
Of course, yes, and I sort of sat at her elbow cooking Bajan food growing up. So yes, although when I was much younger, it was more difficult to get all the food.
Yes.
But now, in more recent times, we can get virtually everything there now.
I love that. Virtually almost everything there now. Do you yourself have children?
I do indeed.
What do you say to them about their heritage?
I brought them up knowing exactly what I did, so they know. My son loves bakes. He makes bakes on a Sunday morning for brunch,
Yes.
and we make fish cakes, pudding and sauce. We do it all in London, believe it or not.
This is fantastic to hear. You are living a Bajan life afar.
Definitely.
And so it's good to have you home.
Thank you.
I know that while you were here, you also took in a lot of our festival.
I did indeed.
So talk to me, where did you go for Crop Over?
Well, actually, I was there for the Pick of the Crop final and absolutely loved that. And then, aside from that, on a more serious note, on Emancipation Day, I was there for the Crop Over festival
Yes.
and concert, and was absolutely delighted that, you know, the Honourable Mia Motley was there,
Yes.
and also several dignitaries from around the Caribbean. And I have a real passion for Caribbean history, language, and literature. So to be there, to be part of that, to hear it from such dignitaries and notable people
Yes.
was extra special for me.
So that was your first time at an Emancipation March?
Definitely.
Was
It's
it
the
your-
first time in Barbados at this time of year.
At this time of year?
Yes.
So I'm going to break this down
Okay.
bit by bit, moment by moment. The pick of the crop.
Yes.
There you were at the National Botanical Gardens. Was that your
That's
first
right.
visit to the National
It
Botanical?
was indeed.
And it was your first visit to the amphitheatre, the Register
Yes.
Amphitheatre. The ambience, what was it like for you?
It was phenomenal. And it really helped to create a vibe. And it was infectious, and everyone loved it. And it was great that you had the screens either side of the stage as well, so nobody missed out.
Did you understand the issues that the Calypsonians discussed?
I
on
did
site?
indeed, yes.
So that because you're following the news.
Exactly, exactly. And some more controversial than others, shall we say?
Exactly.
And let's not say more on that.
You're a Bajan, you're a Bajan. So
you know
I
what I'm
suppose your
referring to.
report when you return to London will be...
Well, the photographs and the video clips will speak for themselves, which I've already been sharing with my closest, nearest and dearest.
Yes.
The highlights for me have been just connecting with family and also with people that I've met during this trip who have been absolutely phenomenal, and a chance for me to catch up on the culture and what's going on at the moment.
Okay. Remember, I'm doing this moment by moment.
Yes.
Emancipation Day. So moved were you that you actually felt that you needed to write about it.
I did.
Why?
I wrote a poem. Actually, it was... I had never experienced an event like that before. And because of my previous studies and my passion for, as I mentioned, Caribbean history as well, it felt very poignant for me to be here where my family's blood is in this soil, literally, and for it to be something that was actually quite moving for me, to be here for something like Emancipation Day. and to feel proud that we are in a position now not to fear for our lives and to be able to speak freely and to forge ahead. And I'm proud of the progress that Barbados has made and the prominence it has around the world.
How many verses are there to that poem?
Just a few.
A few is 3.
3.
Okay, so
Yes.
3 verses.
Yes.
Do you have it with you?
I do actually. I wasn't sure.
I'm now
I've got it on
curious
my
as to
phone.
what you've written.
Okay.
So could you share a bit with us?
Okay, yes. It was really about my the fact that I was born in London and just what it's like to have the 2 identities. And that's. So would you like to
So
hear
what's it titled? The
It's,
2 identities.
well, yes.
The 2 identities, which somehow have found a way to intertwine through you and your
Definitely.
experience in
Yes.
Barbados indeed. So
Yes.
here we go.
Okay. So here we go. I know I don't really sound like it, but me, I Bajan to the bone. In London, my family give me fish cakes, pudding and sauce, stew, dumpling and prawn. I brought up on stories of pickups, hip hip night and mavu kites, of girls marrying off their dollies and boys running boat, doing as they like. I know I don't really sound like it, but me, I Bajan to the bone. In London, my family give me fish cakes, pudding and sauce, stew, dumpling and prawn. I love this rock, Barbados. It's my birthright. It's my home. I claim it any day or night, no matter where I roam.
Pamela Hurley-Well done. That's absolutely beautiful. Very touching indeed. And I could tell it comes from your heart.
Definitely.
And even though you don't sound like it, you're Bajan to the bone indeed. You had an opportunity while here being Bajan to the bone to connect with the early morning wall crawlers.
Yes,
What was that
indeed.
experience like?
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
And in fact, Jan, who was on just yesterday,
yes.
connected with her. It's been amazing and loved the work that they do and joined them at a church service and then like refreshments afterwards. And they've got a new member in London now.
It's a growing community.
It's a growing
And it's a
community.
really active community as
Very
well.
active.
And I thank you for doing so. And how much longer are you here for?
I'm literally going to be back at the weekend.
Oh, you're leaving on the weekend?
Yes.
All right. Because there's so much more to you about what you do that I really want to delve into. Because in London, you're an educator.
Yes, I am
So
indeed.
talk to me about the work you do there.
Okay, so I actually write the curriculum for over 3,000 young people aged 16 to 19, and it's what we call PSHE over there, but I don't believe you have it here. And so that's physical, social, health, well-being and economic education, and it prepares our young people for adulthood.
Why that cohort, 16 to 19?
For me, I'm passionate about that because that's where our young people sometimes go wrong. Sometimes they take the wrong paths. They have decisions to make as they enter adulthood, and I'm proud to be a part of helping and guiding them.
Are they primarily Caribbean or of Caribbean descent, or are they from all over nations?
In London, we have a very diverse community. So not only are the students drawn from every borough across London, but they come from every continent in the world.
And that multiculturalism, no doubt,
Multicultural.
challenges you, but it excites you at the same time.
Well, I was born and brought up into that, so I'm very much at the pulse of it, and so we connect. And young people really, they connect with me. I connect with them. We build a good rapport, and it works really well.
But navigating your own identity in that melting pot, I suppose it must be a bit of a challenge. How does one overcome it?
It's about having a very strong roots and knowing and understanding where you come from, and so that you can draw on those strengths, so that when you come across very challenging situations, as you sometimes do, that you have that to draw on as an anchor. And I always, and I trust that even with young people in similar situations where they have that identity thing going on, that they have their identity as a reference point. So even if they stray, they come back to it in the
But
end.
sometimes finding the truth of who or whose you are
Yes.
in that space becomes difficult because it's limited. Access to that truth is sometimes limited.
Definitely.
How then in London do you find those spaces where you get the truth of where you're from or whose you are?
For me, as a journey, it started many years ago. And so I loved history as a subject, but was bitterly disappointed that we covered 2 weeks on the slave trade, and that was it. I took it to A level, which is, just before university level, and so sought to do my own research, and so joined a Caribbean history, language and literature class at Goldsmiths College, University London, to get access to actual research and to be taught by some notable people to really delve and to find out the truth.
I like the fact that you said, and it's important, that it's difficult because only a couple of days, literally, were spent in a couple of weeks on Caribbean experience.
In my experience,
It's from
yes,
your
when I was-
experience, and so therefore
yes.
it is important that we do get ourselves immersed, or our story immersed in that space as well. We'll take a break, but I want to continue talking to you a little bit more. I'm waiting for, they tell me that I want to
We're
talk
out
some
of
more
time.
about you about this, and I'm now told it's something else. Oh boy. I know the plan has changed again. So stay where you are, Pamela.
Okay.
I'm coming back in just a moment.
Thank
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
17 past the hour. Now we're sitting with Pamela Hurley, who is a Bajan from afar, really and truly. She's Bajan to the bone, though, as she says, she doesn't sound like it. And, that's because she was born in London, but her roots are very much from Boscobel in St. Peter. And so she's with us this morning because she's here to experience the culture firsthand. She comes often, but this time around, for the very first time this time of year, she's been here. She's been everywhere to all of the crop over events, had a fantastic time, emotionally moved by what happened on Emancipation Day, but she's also moved by what she sees are some deficits in our education system that she thinks that she can help with. So talk to me a little bit, Pamela, a little bit more about this PSHE, the acronym for?
So it's for personal, social, health and economic education.
Okay, break that down for us so we can see what it is you do.
And so the reason for it's a program of study. It's actually compulsory in schools in the UK now, and it's seen as important and as the backbone and a backdrop to the success of children and young people to support their academic studies in order for them to be successful adults in later life.
Mm-hmm. So how does it work?
So how it works, personally at the college group that I work at, it's actually compulsory, 1 hour a week for everyone, and everyone gets delivered the same topic each time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite powerful, so that if we are covering, for instance, youth violence, then all 3,000 plus students will be experiencing that session together. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so we cover topics that are relevant for young people that may challenge their thinking, get them to think about things, and to maybe change their thinking about particular topics, or just to give them an opportunity to debate and have a think and draw their own conclusions. But it's to expose them to those things that will help them later on.
A part of it is civics and understanding how things work, why they work the way they work, and who is within the order of things.
Yes.
What successes have you reaped from this program?
Well, the key successes for us is that it helps us to identify learners who are potentially vulnerable, that's one thing, or young people who are affected by the particular topics that we cover. So, and what we find is that we are able to help those who are struggling, sometimes with their mental well-being as a result of the things that are troubling them, and we are able to help them to signpost them to additional support, and as tutors give them one-to-one support, and through that we find that we help them to actually be successful in their academic studies, and some who were at risk potentially of losing their place at college, with that support, rather than having meetings about disciplinaries about them leaving, quite often we're able to support them, and those become supportive meetings, and they end up being very successful and move on to bigger and better things when they leave us.
You believe there's a deficit in our system here where this can plug.
Yes.
So talk to me about how you see it being integrated into our own curricula so that we are able to plug those holes.
Yes, for me, my vision would be for a similar program to be embedded within the curriculum, and that's something that I currently do and would definitely take up the Honourable Mia Motley's challenge, where I've seen her on many occasions saying that she wants people from the diaspora to play their part. And there's certainly ways and strategies of doing that, of embedding these things, because as we read in the news, some of our young people are doing very well, but others are struggling here. And I think that a program such as this would be very beneficial.
So now that that's resting on the heart and the spirit of Pamela Hurley,
Yes.
what does Pamela Hurley think Pamela Hurley needs to do to make it a reality?
What Pamela Hurley needs to do is, through this program, reach out there and to actually, I would be very happy to have a conversation with the relevant people and relevant authorities here, to have a conversation, open a conversation, to see next steps.
The Ministry of Education and Educational Transformation is open to you, I'm sure, to hear from you and learn from you as well. I hope before you leave this weekend that you do reach out and make contact.
I certainly will.
And see how you can begin the process of discussing how it can really work in our context as well. And so here it is now, you're coming to the end of an experience, an experience that you shall never forget. And it's all not just etched in your memory and your mind, but in pictures and videos and the like. And so you're preparing to go home. Do you think you'll miss us?
I always have a tear in my eye at Grantley Adams Airport as I'm leaving.
Yes.
And I expect it to be the same this year.
Do you have a plan for next year? How do you plan your life and your time generally? Do you say every year I shall take one vacation and one vacation is in Barbados? How do you do this?
Well, for me, fortunately, being an educator, I have extended summer holidays potentially. And so for me, I know that next year I'm expecting to be here at some point, but really likely to be maybe this time next year again. But the world's a very small place, and you don't have to wait until you're in a location to be in it. We have Zoom calls, Teams calls, you know, online meetings. So
use the technology.
Definitely.
Right. You talked about how you've seen the changes in Barbados. How would you describe them? Good, bad, indifferent, still a lot to be done? How do you say it?
I think actually all of the above. The things that I see where things have changed which aren't so good are the things that I've seen and witnessed in London as well, where we have rising crime and those sorts of things, also amongst young people. The things that I'm very proud of that I see here is the standing that Barbados has on the world stage, and being at the forefront of climate change and all those things. So those things they also make me very proud. And I think that what I love is the way Barbados is reaching out to others to help us galvanise and to become a global nation, not just a small island nation as we are, but to really propel ourselves forward and to be prepared for the world that we find ourselves in.
And you're leaving just before we start Carry Fest.
I know, I know. It's literally next Friday, right?
Yes.
I know. Honestly, but I haven't.
Beating yourself up on this,
but
right?
I have no choice because I do have to return because of the time of year. So I have to return to education from next week, and so it wouldn't be possible, unfortunately, currently in the role that I'm in.
But knowing how you work, you're going to pay attention nonetheless to what we broadcast here, and
always
to follow all channels to ensure you're still immersed in what Carry Festival is.
I assure you, I will be fully immersed and following all of it from London.
Indeed so. And so we are so happy to have you here, Pamela. Honestly, it's wonderful to put a face to the name and have that one-to-one, near-to-near experience indeed. And thank you for choosing to be a member of the Early Wall Crawlers. I know they do phenomenal work.
Amazing.
And they've been doing so over a number of years now. And I know your participation in it means a lot to them as well. And
Thank you.
We're proud to have you as a member, and we're proud to have you here on Morning Barbados as well. And I can't wait to hear from you about the reception once you return to London of the news that you will share about Barbados.
I definitely will.
Because we want to anoint you as one of our plenipotentiary ambassadors as well. To send more to Barbados.
Definitely.
The name of Barbados, in London, what do you hear when you say Barbados?
Barbados, people, the first thing they say is, quite often they say, I've been on holiday there, or I know someone who's been on holiday there. And when I was telling friends and also colleagues that I was coming over here on holiday, the first thing they said was, I'm so jealous.
I'm so jealous. And there's a lot to be jealous about because we are truly a gem of the Caribbean. So queue in the community is today.
Yes.
Are you planned for it?
I certainly will hope to be there. We have only because actually I have had a family, a bereavement within the family.
Oh, okay.
So the timing is a little unfortunate, so I may not be able to attend, but my heart is also with them.
Yes, I know. I mean, it's going to be on air, so you'll hear it. It'll be online, so you can watch it.
Definitely.
Even if you don't get there, indeed.
Right.
And of course, you'll get the reports on it as it continues.
Definitely.
But Pamela Hurley, it's so wonderful talking to you again.
Thank you
I wish
very
you a
much.
safe trip back. Make others jealous
Yes.
for not coming themselves and jealous enough to want to book their flight, as we say, to come now home.
Definitely.
And thank you. You're from St. Peter. Were you able to follow some of the activities there for regathering this year?
Well, no, because I came because of the time.
I know you
did.
were not here.
From abroad, yes.
But were you paying attention?
I was able to check into some of those things, but I was really preparing for my trip here for some months.
I got
some
you.
months.
You have work to do, Pamela.
I do.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Wish you well, safe trip home, okay?
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Pamela Hurley with us this morning. She is an early morning wall crawler, an avid follower of what we do here at the CBC. She's been home for the festival. She has been moved by emancipation so much to write a poem to remind you that even though she doesn't sound like she's Bajan to the bone, she's from Boscobel, St. Peter, but she can't wait to tell others about this little island, but most of all to help make a difference to our education system as well. So we challenged her to reach out to the Ministry of Educational Transformation to begin that discussion to see how we can also learn from her experience in London and benefit from it as well. Thanks, Pamela. We are back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting...
Gary Festa. Gary Festa. Barbados. Gary Festa. We gather as one, united Caribbean. We join hands in one big cultural explosion. The heartbeat of the drum, our rhythm in the sun.
With pride and passion, time for celebration.
Show the world boundless creativity. Let's show the world
The beauty of our artistry.
Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Let's show our roots, Caribbean roots. Roots, Caribbean roots. Gary Festa. Gary Festa.
Barbados.
Gary Festa.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world. This segment of Exceptional Youth is brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund. Financing education the easy way.
So it's 29 minutes now to go to 7 o'clock, and we're turning our attention to the exploits of our young people in Barbados, representing themselves and representing us handsomely indeed. And so a contingent is preparing to head off to Trinidad and Tobago for the upcoming Carifta Triathlon, mixed relay, and a whole host of other activities. I'll let them tell us about it, but I'm happy to be joined this morning by the young man who we know quite well, Luke McIntyre, who is captaining the boys team. Next to him is Alexis Lashley, who is the captain for the girls team. And they brought their coach, Nicholas Beckles. Good morning to each of you.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to Mornin Barbados. Already, I am proud of you. I am hugely proud of you, because to qualify to be means that you've already put in great work. So well done to each of you.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Thank you.
So Luke, talk to me a little bit about, as the boys captain, what are your responsibilities?
Well, it's really just to make sure that the whole team, even though we don't have a lot of new people, gets along together. Make sure that the attendance amongst the boys to the team training sessions and bonding activities is there. And it's just more about making the team into a community and a bunch of friendships, rather than dividing us by our performances and how we view each other in the sport.
How do you balance all of those responsibilities with the responsibility to self? Because you also have to get out there and compete.
Well, part of it is that being on good terms and being friendly with everybody on the team also helps you to be less nervous when you're around people. And to me, it hasn't been difficult to balance it because, well, we haven't really reached race time yet. So it's been pretty easy to kind of help everybody right now. Definitely closer to the race, I can't waste, time on anything else other than the team and how I think I'm gonna manage my performance. But I think I can get it done.
Your name is a familiar name in the news. You've been in this for a little while, and so there's a lot of pressure because of the expectation. Do you feel that pressure?
Yeah, I do feel pressure, but I always remember that at this stage in my performance where I'm a junior, a lot can change between now and,
then
anytime in my future. So I do have a lot of time left. So when I think about the pressure, I just think about it as my expectations, but I don't let it try and control how I think about the future.
Excellent, excellent. Alexis, you're well known too. You know, again, outstanding performances.
Thank you.
What are you looking forward to most at this upcoming Carifta?
Well, I'm feeling really confident in myself personally. Yes, the team, I think we have a very good team, and it's small this year compared to other years, but I feel like we're very strong. But personally, what I'm looking forward to is doing really well. I feel confident in what I've put in, my training, everything feels really good right now, so I think I can perform really well. And I'm in a new age group, so it's like a big age group. It's 16 to 19, and I'm still 15. Like, I turned 16 this year.
Yes.
So it's a lot, but I feel like I can still do really well. So, and I still have time in this age group. So.
Knowing that, were you scoping out some of the other athletes who have made it through?
Yeah,
You're
for
saying,
sure.
Yeah. Go ahead, talk to me about what
Definitely,
you discovered.
Yeah, I was looking at who would be like my big competitors and just from places, and I found a few people, just looking at all of their stats and kind of seeing what they're good at, because there's three things in triathlon really, and everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses, and I know mine, and I was looking for theirs, and I've kind of found some people that I have to be looking at while I'm racing.
In the triathlon, which is your strongest leg?
I'd say cycling, definitely. Swimming comes close after. Like, I was a swimmer before. I've been on teams for swimming, but cycling is really where I find my strength, for
It's
sure.
the running part that you don't necessarily relish.
I mean, I've gotten a lot better. It's not weak, like it's not terrible,
Yes.
but compared to some people, it is weaker for me, but it's still not bad, and I'm improving a lot, and I've been focusing on running specifically and getting better at that, because I know that's what I need to be better at to do even better than I am right now.
Talk to me about what a triathlon does to the body, because swimming requires everything is all of body, but the limbs, the pressure on different limbs at different times is different. So
Yeah,
talk to me
it
about
takes a lot, and especially because we're all going and it's a 2-day thing. So the first day you do the triathlon, and then the next day you have an aquathlon and a relay. So it's a lot on your body that weekend. So it really does take a lot, because you're swimming. The swimming, I'd say, is the least amount of impact, but you do get hit around a lot if you have quite a few people in your race. Biking, it takes a lot of effort. Everything takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot out of your body. But what I think is really most important is recovering between your races and having that, like, focusing on that mainly, because then you can feel fresher going into another race, because you know you have to do it again. So
See why we're so proud of you? Because you're special. Not everyone can do what you do and that you set your mind to. And so, Coach Nicholas,
yes, sir.
You have two excellent young people here among the 18. Is it a team of 18?
There's actually 16 in total now.
How do you manage all of this excellence?
Well, they make it easy for me, to be honest with you. The kids have been working exceptionally well from the time the team has been announced. We've been training at least once or twice collectively as a team every weekend, for sure. We only break around the crop over season, mainly for safety purposes, because obviously it's 3 disciplines. So the running and the biking aspect, we want to continue to do that in a safe environment, because outside of that, the only place we can do that, especially biking, is at Bushy Park. So they allowed us to use their facility, and we thank them as well for that biking aspect. But these kids are exceptional. They've been working very hard through the past couple of months, and they're seasoned. We only have one athlete that is new to the triathlon, but he's not new to competition, because he recently swam at Carifta this year. That's Zachary Lapido. But outside of that, I'm confident in all of these kids.
Getting into their heads so that they stay focused and stay committed to their particular disciplines as well. How's that done?
Well, in our team practices, they can tell you the first thing that I do is that we always have a conversation. I need to know their headspace, and I try to keep them motivated. I also put some pressure on both captains as well for them to come up with little narratives for the kids to keep them motivated and keep them sharp. Give them a little homework to come back next week, you know, or this week you have to do X or Y as it relates to the team components when we come back. But it's been easy. Like I said, these kids work really well together, and it's not very hard because they're accustomed to the competition. Like us, everybody will get nervous at that time. So that in itself is what we are trying to manage as well.
In the mixed relays and so forth, how do you go about deciding who does what?
It's challenging. It is challenging. It is we normally do it on the day, but we also know who's capable of doing X or Y and what their strong points are. So we go in knowing that already, but on the day, let's say for example, I take the two captains here, for example. If, for example, they have excellent races, but they're pushed to the limit, we now have to manage their load because it's a 2-day event. So we now have to see how we can help them to recover in order to manage the next day loads. But everybody's a winner for me right now, and I know if need be, and I say you need to step up because this needs to happen,
they'll step up.
Yeah, with
they'll
ease.
step. They'll find that grit within to do so. And so, Luke, as the captain of the boys' team, who else is on your team? I want to call their names so you're not just the stars alone. So who
All
else
of
is on
the
your team?
Males.
Males.
In 11 to 12, we have Yele, Renwick Williams, Zachary Ladipo. 13 to 15 boys, Matthew Briggs-Agall, Zach Gill, Sebastian Clark, Zinzale, Renwick Williams, Liam Beckles. And then 16 to 19 boys, we have Finn Armstrong, Matthew Lashley, and myself.
All right. And what about you, Alexis? Call the girls' names.
Yeah, we have a bit less girls this year. We don't have any in 11 to 12. 13 to 15, we have Layla McIntyre, Luke's sister. Tahira Frazier, Victory Bourne, and Ali Banfield. And then in my age group, it's me and Isabella Mears.
All right.
So a bit less. But
a bit less, but still powerful nonetheless. And who else is going with you, Nicholas?
We have the management team, which comprises of Gareth McIntyre, Kiri Banfield, and Cathion Briggs-Agall as well. But I also mention as well that we have 2 athletes, part of the Carifta team, who are leaving on Saturday to represent at the World's Junior Pan Am Triathlon. And they will meet us in Tobago on the 22nd. They will
Next
be
Friday.
Yeah, they will be flying in so they are in Paraguay. No,
they're leaving on Saturday, and then they compete the Wednesday.
The Wednesday, and then make it
so
into
that
Tobago.
is Finn Armstrong and Alexis, older brother Matthew.
Right.
Lashley.
Okay, this is great, and so we're looking forward to the excellence from each of you, which we know the work you've put in already. Training, you said, has been happening for a little while, and so you're confident, coach?
Yeah, I'm very confident. I'm very confident in all of these kids. This year's team is smaller than last year when we held it here, but we're also going to defend our title. This will be hopefully our 4th year winning goal. Last year we repeated here on home soil, so we're going in with that to defend our title. Yes, the team is smaller, but we also won with a small team back in Bermuda when we first started this repeat. So now going on to 4, so I'm confident.
The size is not the critical thing here. It is what they can deliver. And so each of you, we know you can deliver, and your teams as well. And tell them, Mornin Barbados is hugely behind them indeed. Barbadian population is very proud of each of you, and we know that you can deliver the success that we're expecting. Don't let that scare you. Don't let that scare you. But thank you. People are already talking about you. Patricia Ben is saying good morning to our exceptional young people. Well done to all of you. And so, you know that she's watching from overseas, mind you. So she will continue to monitor your progress as well, as Bajans everywhere are so hugely proud of what you've been able to achieve already in your teenage years. Things that you do, things I can't dare do. I could just learn about it, watch it, and enjoy what you do as well. So to each of you, thank you for making us hugely proud of being a member of Team Barbados indeed. So thank you, Luke.
Yes,
thank you,
very
Alexis.
much.
And great work you're doing with your team, Nicholas, as
Thank
well.
you very much.
I mean, yeah, we recognize you as a young man as well.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
So take the team safely. It's happening in Tobago, right?
Yes, it's happening in Tobago.
Next weekend.
We leave next Wednesday for Tobago. But the competition is actually on the weekend.
On the weekend. We shall follow. And when you come back with the gold medals, having four-peated, you come back and you talk to us on Morning Barbados, okay?
For sure.
Right.
For sure. We like that indeed. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you.
All right, we're back in just a moment.
That segment of Exceptional Youth was brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund, financing education the easy way.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it
Mark your calendars. On Friday, August 22nd, all roads lead to Queen's Park for the CariFesta 15 opening ceremony. It all kicks off at 4 p.m. with the vibrant parade of nations from Golden Square Freedom Park. Then the energy turns all the way up at 5 p.m. in Queen's Park. Over 300 still walkers, dancers, drummers, aerialists, a full theatrical production, and a live orchestra will transform the space into a cultural spectacle. Come out and experience live performances from Alison Hines, Mahalia, Mikey, Adrian Clark, Wes Wallace, Nikita, and more. This is more than a show. It's a moment for the region. Admission is free. Don't miss it. CariFesta 15, Caribbean Roots, Global Excellence. On Friday, August 22nd, Queen's Park is the CariFesta 15 opening ceremony.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
You saw that. I know you know what that means. And so therefore we are just 8 days away from all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, the opening ceremony for CariFesta 15 right here in Barbados. I know a number of you are equally excited. You see the signage everywhere. You feel the energy from the interviews and from everything that you've been seeing, watching things grow up from the rock, really in terms of construction. And so we're wondering, how on heaven's earth do they pull all this together with delegations coming from all over the world? Ian Walcott Skinner is the one charged with coordination of logistics indeed. Ian, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, likewise, right? A long way from our Barclays days.
Indeed so. But for our viewers, a face from Morning Barbados. Remember, Ian used to co-host Morning Barbados?
Yeah.
Welcome home,
Thank you.
to speak.
Thank you.
And so, Ian, we are 8 days away. Logistically,
yes.
Are you comfortable?
Logistically, we are ready.
Okay.
Jamaicans are starting to arrive from as early as today for the preparations for the Grand Market, shipping. Everything is starting to arrive. People are on time. We are expecting 33 countries. We have over 2,000 delegates today. Well, Barbados has the most, of course. We have 730 delegates from Barbados. So just, that's just a sneak peek of what you saw. So it's going to be very exciting. Yeah, so we are ready.
We're ready. So accommodation adequate.
Yes.
Food.
Well, let's start with accommodation.
Yeah.
Over 3,000 rooms are placed at our disposal. People, the association, Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, made the rooms available at discounted rates. And the hotels along the South Coast are doing extremely well. The different delegations booked quite early. Some of them are sold out, to be honest.
Yes.
So sometimes you get a little frantic call, can you find an extra room? You got 2 more people coming in. So that's part of the excitement. Yeah, in terms of transportation, we're working with close to 200 drivers, coaches, minivans, taxis, and they've all been trained. We're using the Olympic model and the model from the World Cup as well in their preparation.
Right. So accommodation sorted out.
Yes.
If however, there's a push, or do you have enough capacity still outside of that?
More than enough.
Okay.
Barbados has enough capacity. We also have Airbnb.
Right.
So there's a lot of Airbnb properties. If you go to the website carifesta.net, you'll see under the Barbados section all of the Airbnb properties that are there available.
When did all of these discussions start for you as logistics coordinator?
About 6 months ago, but the team has been working for almost 2 years.
Wow.
You can't get overnight and plan CariFesta. We have a wonderful team of expert Barbadians. It's the coordinating team. The core team is about 40 persons. Everybody highly trained in their specific area. There's a secretariat in Belleville, so it's a hive of activity. And I think Barbadians should be proud to know that there's this core group, working in our best interests.
Indeed so. So once they land here, they're properly accommodated.
Yes.
Transportation sorted out.
Yes.
Because they're large delegations. These are huge delegations, not just of people, but equipment and other things as well. And so I can't begin to imagine how you truly can deliver, because there are expectations.
Yeah.
After all, we know what Barbados represents and presents to the world indeed, and so there's an expectation. Getting those people who are the movers really ready and committed, how does that work?
Well, we're in constant communication with all of the delegations throughout CARICOM. This year is even a little wider than our Caribbean community, and even in terms of languages. So Brazil is coming. Panama just confirmed they're bringing a small delegation. That's very important for us. The relationship between Barbados and Panama. Ghana, we have people coming in from Nigeria as well. Alvin Ailey. Ailey 2 is coming. All those tickets are gone.
Yeah.
They went up online. They went up online literally 2 days ago.
And they're all gone.
Yesterday, I checked back, all gone.
Wow.
Lacadco is coming from Jamaica. So people need to go and get their tickets quickly.
So let's talk about that, because not all events are free. There are some events for which you have to pay.
Yeah, the market events.
Right.
So the super concerts, and they're reasonable. The super concerts are $50. They're going to be at Botanical Gardens. So get your tickets early for that. They're quite exciting. And then you have the marquee theater events, lots of theater.
Yes,
my first love.
I know.
Lots of dance as well. Jamaicans are coming with dance. National NDTC coming back. That's always a show. That's always a must-see. So, people were calling me yesterday, you can get me some more tickets. I'm like, go online and get your tickets now.
And the online is?
Ticket links. Yeah, but even if you go to carifesta.net, it will take you back
to the ticket spots, the ticket links, indeed. And so, you can go in person and pick up a ticket for some venues.
Yeah.
But if you order online, you're a little more guaranteed to get in there before someone else physically walks into an outlet. So that's important. So tickets sorted. Accommodation sorted, transportation sorted. What else do you have to worry about?
You always have to worry when you're moving large quantities of persons. It's interesting you should ask that, because I was in contact with Noah Lynch, Ambassador Noah Lynch, who was my former teacher from at school, and he gave me some tips, because he came back to work with the World Cup. So he's like, Ian, make sure you get this right. Speak to this person, speak to that person. So that's how we operate within the Barbadian community. So he gave me a lot of tips.
Good. I like the fact that you said that your language.
Yes.
Because from Ghana, from Brazil, from Panama, and people who speak a little differently from us, coordinating of interpreters and other people, how do you go about that?
That's a good question. So we have a cadre of 450 volunteers. We actually had to stop.
Wow.
As recent as yesterday, we had some phone calls. Can I volunteer? It's like, we pretty much had our max.
Yes.
And so you can imagine deploying all of those volunteers to all the different areas. There are 33 countries. And within the cohort of volunteers, then there are persons there who speak various languages, Dutch included. It's very difficult to find somebody who can speak Dutch and English. French Creole, someone even put down Jamaican Pidgin.
Wow.
Yeah, because, we take it for granted that, it's easily understood when it is not. Portuguese, we have Portuguese speakers. And, of course, Spanish. Spanish, you'll find those pretty readily.
Yeah.
And then we have liaison officers. So 150 liaison officers. So each country will have 2 liaison officers, and the ratio of volunteers to country is like 1 volunteer to 40 delegates.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't, again, logistics, coordinating all of that so that it runs seamlessly.
Yeah. And lots of training.
And precisely.
Lots of, we from Barclays days where
training is important.
They train the hell out of us. So I took that with me all my life, train.
Wow. I mean, again, that's why I asked you, how do you sleep? Because trying to make sure can keep you up at the same time.
Well, you get up about 3 o'clock and it's ruminating in your head, your brain going like, did I forget this? Lots of spreadsheets, your to-do list, you go through that every day. We have a management scrum every morning. That's going to be at 8 o'clock.
Oh, just now.
So, and that's on Zoom with our festival director, Carl Roberts. Wonderful working with Carl again, back from our NCF days. So that's daily. Like we call it a scrum or a huddle.
Yes.
And, anything that is red flagged, and we deal with it immediately. So from a project management perspective, we're using agile techniques, and it's just wonderful to be part of that process.
We're talking here global excellence. And
Yes.
so the demand of the Prime Minister, one has to meet. And so here it is.
Say no more.
Say no more.
Say no more.
One doesn't have to say anymore.
Say no
but
more.
Because of that, it means that we really have to put on our best.
Yeah.
And we've got some of the best people in place to help us showcase the best of what Barbados is. We're known not just as the culinary capital of the Caribbean, but the entertainment capital of the Caribbean.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a lot of expectation, and we can deliver. We can deliver.
Yeah, we always have been delivering.
We have always delivered.
This is our 3rd time hosting CARIFest in 1981, 2017, and now this is our 3rd time. So, and you're constantly learning.
Yes.
And Barbados is constantly, at the end of every CARIFest, there's a legacy. That's something that's very important. So if you look at 1981,
and you were a part of it then.
Yes, as a kid. In the 300 voice choir and all that. But 1981 to 1991, that 10-year period, you can remember, Pearson, all the things that happened coming out of CARIFESTA, including the establishment of the NCF. After 2017, so a lot of the companies that we see today, a lot of the entertainment companies, lighting, sound, a lot of that is a result of 1981, right?
A real big
and
year.
Understanding production. So that was a watershed moment for us. And what we did this time around is that we built the legacy into the planning. So a whole legacy document. So over the next 2 to 5 years, you will see a lot of different events coming out of this CARIFESTA. Part of the legacy, of course, is going to be the National Performing Arts Center at Newton. As you drive by, you'll see that being constructed.
That's what I say, rising from the earth. You'll see things happening.
Like a phoenix. And that's, the Newton story is very important. And I remember as a kid at Yoruba Yard with Elambe, there was an opening ceremony at Newton. And us performing with Shola, the dancers and that sort of thing. So Newton is, part of the Barbadian story, an important part of the Barbadian story. Waterford Place, up there where they train the dogs. That's the best place, the best way to describe it.
I know what you mean.
40,000 square feet.
Wow.
That's where the Grand Market is going to be. The Grand Market is free. There are country nights, live events, fashion. Come out. Just come out. It's summer. Bring the kids. They will be inspired. And the same way that 81 inspired us for 10 years, you may not get a 10-year legacy.
Yeah.
We're not talking about 10 years any longer. We're talking more about 5 years. But just bring the kids out, and we want to see more theater coming out of this. More well, the dance community. They're doing well. They're doing all right.
They're good.
Literary arts,
so
they're doing
we
all right.
want to see what this can unearth and give birth to Indian.
Yes.
And so that's why it's important to bring the children along, the young people, and let them engage with people from other places and other spaces whose talent is inspiring, and for them to be equally inspired indeed. And so, Ian, you've done well thus far. All is left now for the proof of the pudding. And just to eat it and taste it, to be a part of it indeed. But folks, you've got to go to carryfesta.net.
Get your tickets.
Carryfesta.net. Get your tickets, ticket links, and get your tickets to be a part of all of these big super nights that are happening. And they're happening at different venues as well, not just the amphitheater alone.
The super concerts are the amphitheater.
Right.
Yeah, but all theater and dance, throughout, if you look, there's a full calendar there.
Yeah, because I know that I saw an activity happening at the Frank Culliver Hall that was featuring Sparrow.
Yes.
And I thought, I gotta go.
Right. You gotta see that one. That's 10 to 1.
Yes.
It's a musical theater piece coming out of Trinidad.
Yes.
And there's collaboration between, the main cast is from Trinidad, but then there are some Barbadian singers. And sometimes they're in the secretariat rehearsing, and you could just hear the Sparrow music, and you feel like, this is Carryfesta.
I got it.
Yeah.
You gotta go online and see for yourself. Carryfesta.net. Folks, don't dilly-dally. This is happening indeed, and it's global excellence that is on showcase from the 22nd to the 31st. That information you see on your screen shows you what happens for the Reggae Super Night concert, but it also will be, once you follow, you'll see what other super concerts are happening in that amphitheater, the Richardson Amphitheater at the Botanical Gardens. There's Vintage Kaiso Super Concert, Reggae Super Concert, and a whole lot more. Indeed, so just get out there and get involved. Immerse yourself in the culture of the Caribbean at Carryfesta 15 in Barbados, starting next Friday, the 22nd, with the opening gala. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Pearson.
Good to see you again.
Nice seeing you again.
Congratulations on the great work so far.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Okay.
We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's take a look at some news now. More than 20 roads have so far been completed, while others are in progress, as the Ministry of Transport and Works delivers on a $100 million CAF-funded program to rehabilitate our networks. That's according to Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Transport and Works, Santia Bradshaw. She and the staff of the ministry's technical team were updating the media on the various road works undertaken.
Currently, we have ongoing the Prior Park roads, the Shop Hill to Content, Kindergarten to Bridgefield areas. We also have a number of projects under the roller compacted concrete program as well under the CAF program. Now, to date, from that 100 million, we have actually spent about 26 million on the roads that have been completed and the roads that are currently in progress. We have about 26 roads that have been completed.
Well, youth unemployment in Barbados remains more than double the national average, and the Ministry of Labour says that's a national concern. Government figures show that in 2023, 21.4% of Barbadians aged 15 to 24 were unemployed, compared with just under 6% for the wider population. While welcoming partners and stakeholders to a special meeting for the Job Start Plus program at the Sandos Hotel, Minister of Labour Colin Jordan noted that while the program gives participants 3 weeks of workplace readiness training before placing them in jobs for 12 months, the requirements from many employers make it almost impossible for young people to start.
We recognize the frustration that we ourselves experience. Then we can understand a little bit better the frustration that some of our young people will experience when we ask them for 12 months of experience, but nobody has given them the opportunity to get 1 day of experience. And that is why I will stress that youth unemployment is not just a young people thing. And here I have to speak as a minister and as a member of the cabinet. Youth unemployment and reducing it is an economic imperative.
Barbados Minister of Home Affairs and Information Wilfred Abrams says the region can no longer afford to learn after the fact when it comes to disaster response. Speaking at the launch of the Caribbean Emergency and Disaster Medicine Center at Ross University, he stressed that preparedness is the only way to limit the devastating impact of natural disasters. The minister pointed to lessons from Hurricanes Elsa and Beryl, and also the COVID-19 pandemic, which exposed gaps in health readiness. He says Barbados has already made strides towards hurricane preparedness, but the next step is anticipating and tackling public health challenges before they happen.
1, 2, 3, 4. Imagine if we knew what to expect and what to prepare for before they happen, which is why I think your SEDMED project is critical. As with everything else, we have to know what we are going to do before it happens. That's the best way. The agents say prevention is better than a quick cure. They say a stitch in time saves 9. We have all sorts of sayings, euphemisms to say be as ready as you can be. So rather than us chasing after a hurricane, when we think of a hurricane, we think of a disaster, we think of the immediate things, houses blown down, flooding, whatnot. But when all that is cleared up, or as long as it takes to clear up, then other things emerge.
Let's look at sports now. A century from skipper Gadsden Bowens has led defending champions Barbados to first innings lead over hosts Trinidad and Tobago in their drawn opening match of the West Indies Rising Stars Men's Under-17 two-day championship. Playing at the Inshan Ali Park yesterday, Barbados Under-17s resumed their first innings on 5 for 1 in response to TNT's 252 for 8 declared, and they've scored on and declared on 257 for 9, a lead of 5 runs. Bowens notched 111 with 9 fours and 2 sixes. Trinidad's Under-17s batted out the remainder of the final day, ending on 89 for 3 in their second innings. Barbados' next game is against Jamaica on Saturday. Barbadian footballer Terry Gale scored his first goal since joining Bolton Wanderers, but it wasn't enough to send his side through to the second round of the Carabao Cup. The 10-man Wanderers lost 4-2 on penalties against Championship team Sheffield Wednesday last evening after the sides were locked 3-all at the end of the 90 minutes. Bolton were trailing 2-1 before substitute Gale produced the equaliser in the 77th minute with a neat finish from inside the box. There it is. Reece Johnson restored the lead for Wednesday 3 minutes later before Mario Cozier-Duberry found the equaliser in the 90th minute. However, Sheffield Wednesday went on to win on penalties. That's news until now. More news at noon right here on TV8. We're back with Morning Barbados in just a moment.
Hurricane Tips brought to you by ICBL. Always there when you need us most.
Keep a waterproof tarpaulin and plastic sheeting handy to cover your items. This will prevent them from becoming waterlogged if the roof of your home sustains damage during the passage of a storm or hurricane. This tip is brought to you with the kind compliments of ICBL. For more information on available policies, call 434-6000.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that.
This segment of Exceptional Youth is brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund. Financing education the easy way.
All right, 13 minutes now after 7 o'clock as we continue to recognize the excellence, the output, the everything about our young people. And so one of the programs that has been geared towards empowering young men and young boys to tremendous things has been Bridge to the World. We told you about this here on Morning Barbados, and now the little dream has come alive. I'm so happy to be joined by the president of MENS, Mr. Fabian Sargent, who is really part of the brainchild behind all of this. Yes. Fabian, good to see you again. Congratulations.
Hi, it's good to be here. Good morning.
My man, there's so much to talk about. Sean Spencer is also back. You were the assistant coordinator. Sorry, Springer. Yeah. Apologies. Sean Springer, you know, you're also a part of this. You're assistant coordinator of it as well. And you brought on 2 young men,
Yes.
Vivian, who have benefited from this program. Najari, good morning to you, Najari Coppin-Williams.
Good morning, sir.
You all right?
Yes, sir.
This is football. Don't forget,
Yes, sir.
this is football, my brother. And Xavier Fields, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good. Congratulations, both of you, young men. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
You've made a wonderful decision to make a wonderful start to something new with you. So well done. Fabian, let me talk about this now.
Yes.
We talked about this.
We did.
But then to see it happen.
Yes.
How was that for you?
It's always an amazing feeling, you know, impacting lives and, you know, coming up with ideas, putting them on paper and executing and bring them to fruition, you know. Like, words can't express how we really feel when I sit back and I really look at the closing ceremony. I see the expression on the parents' face. I see how these boys feel, and also to see where they came from to where they are at the end of the program.
Yeah, and that's because you two, Sean, you helped pull this all together.
For sure.
Yeah. So talk to me about what happened during those weeks.
It was a very exciting couple of weeks, actually 10 weeks altogether, because we would have spoken, I think, May, June. We started in June. And we've had persons coming in and working with the guys, looking at things like professional development, personal development, digital literacy, financial literacy, all these skills that the boys would need to really either become entrepreneurs or to, you know, to advance into the world of work. And to see, as Fabian just said, to see the growth in these guys, to see where some have come from not being able to even, or willing to talk to them, being able to express themselves the way they are. And then also to hear from the parents. They have also seen a change in the guys' lives over the last 10 weeks. We could not ask for anything better than this.
When I saw the report on TV news of the graduation, I thought, wow, this is fantastic. I burst into a big smile because I felt as if I was a part of it too.
Yes.
And so to see the development of you 2 young men and the other young men who are part of the program as well. Najari, you are now a graduate, man. How does it feel?
I feel proud of myself.
Yeah? What makes you so proud of yourself?
Because if it wasn't for Sean, I feel we won't be here right now.
So tell me how they helped you.
The financial literacy. And I learned how to start a business.
Wow. So teach me how to start a business, because you know I'm just an employee, so I need to know how to start my business. What should I do?
You gotta do a lot of stuff. You gotta make sure that your mindset ready to start your own business.
To have that right mindset.
Yes,
and now,
sir.
do you have the right mindset, you think?
Yes, sir.
Talk to me about why you joined the program.
Because I can be honest, my mother forced me to come. But when they joined the program, they started the program.
Have you had a chance to say to your mother thank you?
No, please.
You should say to her thank you, because she saw potential in you. And so she saw the potential of the program to help you. And now here you are, a budding entrepreneur, a young man ready to take on the world and to make a fantastic contribution positively to yourself and to your community as well. And so what do you think you now, with all the information and the experience you've had, are prepared to do?
Prepared to start my own car rental business.
Car rental?
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of money in that, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Well done, indeed. So what do you think it now takes of you to be able to do so?
Finances.
In terms of the other elements of the program, though, how would you assess your experience from that?
It was a very good, and I don't know what to say.
Yeah, it was
but
really good.
It was very good.
Really good.
Yeah,
So you
because
didn't
you can
mind
learn a
going
lot
for
of
the
things
10
from
weeks?
it. Pardon me?
You didn't mind going for the 10 weeks?
No, once the people that was teaching me was there, it was good.
Because you felt comfortable?
Yeah.
Would you tell other young boys in your area where you live and you've grown up about this program to suggest to them? Go ahead.
Yes, please, because it's a good program to join.
Yes, please, because it's a good program to join. I like that. Xavier, let's talk about why you joined the program.
Before I had joined the program, I had been terminated from a job about a week or so beforehand. So I had originally planned to join the program, but I had got the job before then. And my mother, after I got fired, she was like, all right, so you want to do the program still? And I said, I might as well, because at that point I'd just be sitting at home doing nothing.
How do you feel about that termination, first of all? What was going through your mind when you heard that we no longer need you?
Honestly, I had seen it coming because I had taken a job as a call service representative.
Okay.
And I couldn't complete the task properly, and it was taking me a very long time to get up ahead. So I knew it wasn't a job for me, but I just needed a job to at least like keep me afloat.
To keep you going. Because you felt as if, that the community, the people around you didn't see value in you?
Less value and more like, I don't think I am a perfect fit for what they were looking for.
But how do you feel now that you've gone through the program?
I feel like I found a path that I could take because I feel like I've come a long way since I started the program. I'm a little bit more outgoing. Like 2 months ago, I probably wouldn't have agreed to come on a show because I was a really shy person, but I feel a little bit more outgoing, so I am more open to doing things I wouldn't have had the chance to do 2 months ago.
So what did it do to you to make you who you are today? What programs did you find yourself inspired to do that you thought you could be who you are now?
Definitely the financial literacy aspect, because I think that one thing that a lot of people struggle with is finances, and learning from people that have experienced struggles similar to mine and can basically guide me in a way to avoid those struggles. It feels really nice to just have people that are looking out for my best interest.
And now to see the value in you. Xavier, there's a lot of value in you. Let no one tell you differently. There's a lot of value in you and what you have to contribute to society, not just for yourself, but what this community desires of you as well. But you know what? You've taken the right step to being a positive, focused young man who wants to make a positive, focused contribution to others around you as well. So now, having experienced what you've experienced, what would you tell other fellas in your community?
I would tell them to definitely, if you are unsure about where to go, if you're not sure what the future holds for you, and this program is definitely a way to at least open the way that you could take to go forward.
Did you see what he just did?
Yes.
And being the voice for the program, he perked up in a different way, completely. The smile on his face, the determination to say it. And that's what you guys did. And Fabian, I'm sure you must hear a lot of this from some of the other people who were part of the first cohort.
Of course, we get tremendous feedback. Actually, I must give thanks to the Career Development Institute, who came forward and offered 6 scholarships just by seeing the graduation and saying, look, we want to be a part of that. You know, we definitely have to thank the Ministry of Labour, the Ministry of People's Empowerment, the Barbados Community College, and the Ministry of Youth. These would have been people who supported this program. People who would have seen the growth, who would have seen the potential in these young men, and who really, really want to see young men grow and empower and become better than what we see in the news every single day these days.
I know you started by saying, you know, sometimes society has given up on these, whether they were released from school a little too early and that kind of thing. And you wanted to provide a form of space where they can come and not feel lost, but know that they do have a future, and to help them bridge that into employment and the rest of it. I think the success card is a tick in every box.
Yes, and I think one of the big things for the program was the psychosocial. You know, every morning they started with affirmation. Sean can more tell you about that, where they were able to really speak about themselves. So Sean, tell us about that was a major part for them.
Every morning we did a feelings check. Then you had to state one thing about, feelings check. Tell me the 3 things again, guys.
Oh, what you learn?
One thing you learned since the last session, and
how you feeling?
How you feeling? The same thing. Feelings check. What you learned since the last session, and one thing you're grateful for. Those are the 3 things that we had to start the morning with.
So wait a minute. What is one thing you're grateful for in the Jerry?
Life.
Why do you say that?
Because a lot of people don't got no life today.
A lot of people don't have life today. So what does that mean to you when you say that some people don't have life today? What does that mean?
Because people getting killed. And people dying fast.
And now going forward, you are determined not to put yourself in situations where you die fast.
Correct.
Because you see life ahead of you.
Yes,
a lot of life. What about you, Xavier? One thing you're thankful for?
It definitely had to be my mother. She has done a lot for me. She has a way more things than I could ever pay her back for, and she's kept me on the right path basically my whole life and made sure that everything that I needed I had. So I do want to thank her for everything she's done for me. She might not hear it as much as I think I should say it, but I can say it. No, thank you.
That is beautiful. That is really, really beautiful indeed. I want you to say that more often. It is not hard to do. It's not hard to do. But once it comes from a place of genuine appreciation for something someone has done for you, say thank you. Can't hurt. And you would find that over time, that bridge that you've taken now will bring them closer and closer and closer to you. And in being closer and closer and closer to you, they want to give you more and to help you more. Trust me on that one, Xavier. The more you reach out, they will reach back to you indeed. And so that
he's our most improved
participant. Oh, really?
And this is he is our
most outstanding.
Most outstanding. And granted, he is one of the youngest.
How old are you?
No, 16.
You just turned 16. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks.
And the most outstanding. Why do you think you got that recognition?
Because when you started the program, I didn't talking or anything. But I started to get comfortable with Sean and Fabian. So you just started to get comfortable and start talking.
Wow. So you see what happens when you're comfortable? When you're really comfortable, when you know yourself and you know the space around you, what that can make a big, big difference, young man. And so you're already on a very good journey. Really, really good journey. That confidence is showing. You remember when we started this, folks at home, and by people talking, I love everything about the interview. Fabian and team, we thank you all for blessing these young men in our country. So, you know, you have support of Barbadians all over the place, indeed. But when we started, he said to me, I'm so nervous, I don't talk a lot and so forth. That's why I said to him, football, because he loves football. But look at you, talking and expressing feelings, not just talking and expressing, but expressing feelings. And a lot of times the young men struggle with expressing feelings, especially positive feelings. And look at these.
Yep. And that's exactly what we're really trying to change, you know, creating that safe space for these young men, but also a very empowering space, because they're going to be the next fathers, they're going to be the next leaders of this society, you know. So we really need to create the foundation and the environment for them to develop to be the best individuals that they possibly can be as young men in this country.
So cohort 1 is now done.
Yes.
When is cohort 2?
Well, we know doing our evaluation. We're looking at tweaking, and then we're coming again. We're coming again. So we're asking for support, corporate support. You know, we need donations. We need money. These things take. We got to fund these things. You know, we can be contacted at 826-0615 or 850-6367, or our offices at the YMCA right there in Bridgetown. You know, you can come, you can visit us, and we can have a conversation. You know, we are willing to engage anyone who wants to be a part of the program, because it's about our society. It's about how do we come together as a collective body to benefit these young men who we think and perceive are failing. But all they need is that support and encouragement and a great environment opportunity to excel.
I know we see the shining stars we have in front of us, most outstanding, most improved indeed. And so, have you also discussed the need for collaboration? You can't necessarily ever do everything alone. You don't have to. Patricia Ben says, congratulations to all of you young men. Keep up the work that you're doing. You are worth it. So just to let you know, people are watching you, and people are watching you with loving eyes and open arms to support you. Do not give up on yourselves. Do not give up on yourselves. Right, the opportunity for partnerships. Was that a part of the discussion as well?
Well, it will be a part of the discussion, because persons viewing the graduation, as Fabian just said, you know, we have persons coming forward. Actually, the guy who did entertainment at the transition ceremony, he said, well, if he had known about the program, he would have been on board from day one.
So he knows now.
He knows now. So for sure, going forward, we're going to have some real collaborations as we continue to try to make the program not necessarily bigger, but better. Because working with the number of boys that we had, we had registered 21, 15, maximum 15 come in, but on average we had about 13. And on the day we had 11 transitioning.
Lovely.
So that's excellent numbers.
Well done indeed. Well done, Fabian. Well done, Sean.
Thank you.
Well done, you young men. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Your parents are proud of you. Your society is proud of you indeed. Stay focused. Stay focused. You've begun the road to bridging to success. Yvette Sargent said this is a very heartwarming morning indeed, and so this is really heartwarming. So Yvette, thanks. If you're moved, call Men's, visit the office at YMCA and make a contribution so that we can save more young men in our community indeed. So thank you all. Well done. Young men, well done. You're exceptional for us now. So smile, walk with your shoulders up, and get out there and face that world with positivity. Well done. Thank you, Marcia, for your comments. She says, congratulations to these exceptional young men. The world is your oyster. And so you see, Bajans are loving you. I'm appreciative of you and ready to support you. Don't let us down. Don't let yourself down. All right? Thank you very much indeed. We're back in just a moment.
That segment of Exceptional Youth was brought to you with the kind compliments of the Student Revolving Loan Fund, financing education the easy way.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end. And what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones.
Open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
27 minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock as we turn our attention now to the excellence being delivered at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, and the excellence of our medical personnel indeed. And so we're excited this morning to look at, in this month, at breastfeeding. And so we want to talk a little bit about the importance of you mothers ensuring that you take the time to breastfeed. And so joining me this morning is Marlo St. Hill, who is a senior nursing officer. She's also the coordinator of the QEH Baby Friendly Hospital Initiative. And with her is Shermina Curtin, herself a registered nurse and a midwife. And she's also a breastfeeding advocate. I really wonder what that means. But thank you so much for joining me, ladies, and have a very good morning. Now, Marlo, let's talk about with you first of all. Tell me a little bit about this initiative about making QEH breast family friendly. Baby family friendly.
Good morning, Pearson and team. Thank you for having us and making QH breastfeeding ready. This is nothing new. QH has been a designated baby friendly hospital since 1998. That was the first time we became baby friendly, designated in that way. And we went on in 2002, recertified, 2012, and then 2017. But as you know, COVID came. So is it important? Have we joined the ranks of the other 20,000 hospitals worldwide who are also breastfeeding? And I'm sure there are more by now. And that's in excess of 152 countries. 152 countries call themselves baby friendly. Yes? So when we, sorry.
What does it mean to have that designation? When we say you're baby friendly, what does that mean?
So I would want for you to know, Mr. Pearson, that
Pearson is fine.
Pearson is fine, thank you. So essentially, this is something that is of worldwide interest because it impacts on nations and the health and wellness of each nation. Okay, so essentially, when we have a baby-friendly hospital, we are supported at an international level by the relevant World Health Assemblies, WHO, UNICEF, and these are the four parents and the partners who come together, and these international bodies who recognize that there's an importance for this. So they have created a global strategy since 1991, and they have some major pillars to ensure that if you correctly follow these pillars and the instructions that they give, you can create baby friendly, because there's some figures behind it. You're talking 2.7 million deaths of children between 1 and age 5 per annum. You're talking 183,000 deaths between age 1 and 5 when you disrupt breastfeeding that is supposed to be exclusive between 0 and 6 months of age. Yes? So looking at the figures and the wellness of the children, WHO and UNICEF, they have set that global strategy to ensure that if you follow their guidelines, each country can attain successful and exclusive breastfeeding. And this is where we want to go with our institution again, as we are well en route to recertification again. So we've started in earnest, and we want to share information with our mothers and the nation out there, because this fight is not for just breastfeeding moms. We're here because it is a national fight, an international fight, to ensure that our children get optimal nutrition. Very important from the get-go. And if you get it right from the start, you know you don't build a house at the top. You don't start at the top, right, Pearson?
Yes, I
You
do.
start at the base. So when you have created the right type of foundation, you can now build on it. And we are calling on all stakeholders, governments, the policies that are put in place, all those who provide maternal and newborn services, John Public, to be educated, to be aware. And with that level of empowerment, it means that we are on the right track to ensuring that the children of the nations are so well taken care of that we don't have to worry about those deaths. Too many deaths we have to fight with. And not only the deaths, we are talking about their illness and all the necessary comorbidities. We don't want that. We want the right type of foundation for the children from the get-go. And this is our role. This is why we're here. This is why we're excited to do this.
Indeed. And so this designation, because when you look at what happens in other spaces as well, who do not have the capacity that our hospital has, because they're challenged, whether because of expertise or a lack of funding to be able to do what to do, and it affects the life cycle of the births, indeed. And so this is why this designation is also equally important. We stand among a group of nations that can assure the rest of the world that we do provide a great start to our young people when they're born. And so this is important indeed for me. But breastfeeding now, sure, Mina, talk to me a little bit about that. You know, why is from the age 0 to 6 it is important that you spend time latching on to the breast to feed?
Breastfeeding is called the ideal food, the superfood, the only food that a baby needs from 0 to 6 months. It provides the baby's nutritional needs completely. So that's why we try to encourage mummies to give them the breast milk. If we compare breast milk to formula, breast milk and formula probably have 5 things in common. And then breast milk has in excess of 10 extra things: anti-parasites, antibodies, all the antis. You know, everybody loves a good auntie. So aunties are always very nice. So we love to get all the antis in, enzymes, the growth factors, all the things that help baby to grow, help baby's brain to develop, help protect baby's intestines so that they don't develop those non-communicable diseases that we are fighting now as adults and in our children in school age, that we're trying to help them not eat all these fast foods, etc. So that's what our encouraging breastfeeding does. That's what the breast milk of mothers do for their babies, and as sister said, for the nation, because it's not just the babies that we are helping, it is the entire nation that we're helping, our entire society. Less health costs, less sick days home for the parents of sick children. Those are the reasons that we do it.
Some mothers will say to you they have a fussy baby who does not want to latch on and to nurse. And so is the hospital providing teaching, training, so that they can help coach that child or mother to feel comfortable doing what should come naturally?
Yes, we do. We do antenatal teaching in our antenatal clinics. We do that every session. Our mothers are normally taught something about antenatal, either one-on-one or in group sessions. We also have Wednesday sessions where they can come back and have one-on-one again. We do teaching at delivery. We practice what we call skin to skin, which is early initiation of breastfeeding, right? It allows mummies to get early latch, babies to smell the mummy's breast, which reminds them of the liquor, the water they were in, and know, oh, I need to go here. When they latch early, research says that they have a longer time of breastfeeding. Okay, so we practice that on our labor ward. On our postnatal wards, they are taught. They have midwives around the clock that can assist them, and we try to just support them, whatever they need. We are there to help them to breastfeed.
Some mothers say, I understand the benefit to the child, but this child is dragging me down. Or 1 or 2. It's painful. So talk to that mother who has those kinds of reactions.
Okay, let's talk about the pain first. If we're having pain, breastfeeding is not supposed to cause pain unless there is a malformation, orofacial malformation of the baby, like cleft lip, cleft palate, tight tongue, tight lip ties. Okay, but that's not our normal occurrence. So if you're having pain breastfeeding, it means that there's an issue with the way the baby has latched onto the breast, right? If we run our tongue from the back of our teeth to our mouth, the back of our mouth, we will feel our hard palate and it gets softer. What happens when you get pain is that the nipple ends on the hard palate. But for a good latch, the baby's nipple needs to get right to the back. So they have to get all on the areola, which is that darkened tissue behind the nipple. And when that happens, you have a comfortable nursing experience. So my thing is, if you're having pain, reach out for help. That means something is wrong. Dragging you down, it depends on what they mean. Are they talking about their breasts?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I have to find another way to say
Oh, yes. So, yes, that is one of the things that they normally say. But then they don't. That's genetics.
Okay.
That's genetics. If you're going to have saggy breasts in the future, that's going to happen unless you want to have some kind of reconstruction, right? But there are also other benefits to mommy outside of your sagging breast.
Good. And I'm glad you're saying that because that's where we want to go next.
Yes.
What are those benefits to the mother?
There is a reduced risk for her to have breast cancer and ovarian cancer. There's a research that says for every 13 plus months of breastfeeding, ovarian cancer is reduced by 63%. And for every 12 months of breastfeeding, breast cancer is decreased by 4.3%.
And what about GDM?
And those diabetic mummies that would have been
moms.
diabetic in pregnancy, they
There's
have a lower risk.
47% decreased rate that you would not develop diabetes
In
type
the
2
future.
if you breastfeed just for the first 6 months. 6 months as a gestational diabetic mom, and you breastfeed, you have decreased your risk by 47%. And we're here fighting non-communicable issues at a national level, trying to prevent mommies from being diabetic and struggling to help them manage their condition. Why start it when breastfeeding can do so much? So there's so many benefits to just that. I mean, the research is out there. Yeah, osteoporosis, the bone density is improved. Yeah, you can do improved spacing your children, lactational amenorrhea. All these are benefits from breastfeeding. So do the women know? We are, do
The
you
men,
know?
do the men know?
Exactly, exactly. So we are teaching, we are out there all in earnest, ensuring that the public, the maternal, the mommies who come from maternal services, we want to inform them. And we are here because this drive in this month, we have taken breastfeeding the month, August 1st to 7th, well, the week, I should say, promoting breastfeeding and creating sustainable systems. We are at the stage where we have expanded this to the whole month because we want to do a level of sensitization to all who would listen and ensure that my child is going to be intelligent. Mr. Pearson, did I tell you that there is... Did I tell you that there's a dollar figure of $302 billion US dollars coming out of successfully breastfed children? So there's an economy that is represented at $302 billion. So what am I talking about? So when you have a well breastfed child, exclusively breastfed from 0 to 6 months, no water, no nothing else, no food, and then you introduce your complementary feeds beyond 6 months, because they do get 100% of all their nutritional needs up to 6 months just from breastfeeding. So you haven't got to pull your pockets. Ladies should know that everything you want is in that breast milk up to 6 months. And then if you go up to year 1, you were talking about the Saigon breast, but up to year 1, a child gets 50% of their actual nutritional needs from breast milk. And up to year 2, 33%, just about 1/3. So that's significant. That's a cost impact for our nations. Why are we going to the shelves? So I wanted to share with you that cost. So when you have a child that is well bonded, a child that is very educated, they usually have a higher IQ than the average child who has not breastfed. You understand? So they're not using the breast milk substitute. So they're very intelligent and they tend to do better academically. So with this in mind, they go on and they do better at their studies and they have higher paying jobs. And this is where the $3.2 billion annually, I should say annually, comes out, because you have persons who are earning higher. You understand? So that's at an international level, $3.302 billion US dollars. And that's just from making sure that we have set the foundation right. So when I'm telling you that we're here to engage the stakeholders, we're here, come to us, you can ask us the question. We are going to follow those 10 steps set out by World Health Organization and the World Health Assemblies. We are going to follow that international code for marketing a breast milk substitute. I want for you to understand that there's an elephant in the room. And all of us have at some point in time had breastfeeding. So it's nothing new. But let's talk about that elephant in the room where you have the breast milk substitute companies, and we call it formula.
You know what? I'll let you do that elephant on radio. Because starting on Monday on Q100.7 FM, the Pulse Radio Show resumes all the time. That's why the Pulse Radio Show resumes. It's there on your screen, folks. And so they're looking at a whole host of things. And we want to encourage you to listen to the Pulse Radio Show on Mondays, resuming on Monday from 11 in the morning. A great opportunity for you to get to know more about the designation of QH being a baby-friendly hospital and why it is critical that that designation is there, and more about breastfeeding and a whole lot more as well. So I want to thank you, ladies. You have opened my eyes. I think you've opened the ears
to learn. We're here
to a lot
for
of
that.
other people as well. I'm glad you're here for that,
Yeah,
because I'd like to have you back.
We're
Really,
here
to
for
continue
that.
this
I'm telling you, this
conversation.
is heavy stuff.
This is heavy stuff indeed.
This is heavy stuff.
Marlo St. Hill, Senior Nursing Officer, and Sherma Curtin, Registered Nurse and Midwife from the QEH. Indeed, thank you for the education today.
It was a pleasure.
I feel as though mothers, young mothers, get it now.
We have whetted your appetite.
You've more than whetted
Now
my
you know.
appetite.
You now need to come and learn something about breastfeeding. The tremendous benefits.
She's making me shame. Thank you so much, Miss Marla.
You're welcome.
Indeed, thank you indeed all, and good luck.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about solar ray, microbiome, probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We have 7 minutes now to go to 8 o'clock as we turn our attention to the beautiful Onika Small, who's the curator of the Queen's Park Gallery, because there's an exhibition opening real soon, folks, so you have to come and see it. Onika, good morning.
Good morning, Pearson.
This exhibition that I've been telling people about, tell me about it.
Okay, so on the 16th, which is on Saturday, I say Visual Arts tends to launch the festivals.
Yes.
So we are opening with Caribbean Roots Global Excellence Barbados exhibition, and it features 10 artists who are doing big things, as they would say, on the world stage.
And these artists are so good, folks, that they are good enough in other spaces, but they are going to be in our space Starting on the 16th and running right through till September.
Till September 6th.
All part of CariFesta as well.
All part of CariFesta.
And so let's look at who's showcasing and the range of expressions.
So we start our list with Alberta Whittle. So she, as the daughter of Janice and Nick Whittle, she would have represented Scotland in the Venice Biennale, which is the major Biennale. But we claim her as Barbadian, and she's going to be showcasing a film that she actually has some that was filmed in Barbados as well. So it's very much who we are. And then after Alberta, we come down to...
Akila.
Thank you. We come to Akila Watts. Now, Akila is one of those artists who I said is out there. She's also the program manager or the program lead for CariFesta Visual Arts. And she's in the show. She's been doing these international residencies. And she's just one of these supremely gifted and well-rounded artist, so she's out there, she's doing her thing. So we have work by her. We have Alanis Ford. Alanis Ford's work explores all the work we have really is about motherhood, as well as another piece. But she's also recently given birth. So we got to say congratulations to Alanis. And she has been, recently she would have done an installation for the UN building. She painted a talking drum in New York. So she is doing stuff locally as well as excelling internationally. Annalie Davis, she is, I would say, without doubt, an elder now within our community. And when you look at Annalie's Facebook page, it is what country she is not in, showing her work. And it's very much grounded to the earth and to ageism, to all these different things that we have to explore. After Annalie, we have Dustin Harewood, who might be less known in Barbados, but he's not. He has a mural that's been painted on the side of what would have been the old Shop Smart building in Christchurch. He is born in the States, but would have gone to foundation school, very much a Bajan, and most of his work also looks at that kind of cross-cultural identity. So where he sits. So we have Dustin. After Dustin, Ewan Atkinson.
Goes without saying.
We know Ewan, but Ewan was recently in Prospect 6. And we will be showing 2 of his pieces that he had in that exhibition. Hugh Walker, Barbadian photographer, all over the place with his beautiful photography that captures Barbados and our essence in a very striking way. Sheena Rose.
Oh yeah,
everybody
again, goes without saying.
Everybody knows Sheena. Sheena dropped off about 2 pieces yesterday to the gallery, new pieces, but Sheena is the big thing. She's all over the world. She's showing in the museums, and she knows how to get out there to promote herself, to promote her art, and to promote Barbados. Taisha Carrington, she is, I say her main thing was the monument at the Garrison, but that's not what she does all the time. She does jewelry. She was recently in a very prestigious residency, and she is now doing her master's where she's looking at growing art, literally.
Wow.
She didn't have enough grown to bring, but this is her new thing. So it's a very environmentally conscious artist. And then Versia Harris, she recently was given a commission with I believe it's All Saints College in Oxford. I don't think a lot of Barbadians know she did an installation on Sir Hugh Springer. So she's going to be showing us little elements of those and what was done. Because a lot of the times artists are doing things on the world stage and we don't get to see them in Barbados.
That's right.
So now we're going to get a little glimpse of what they did overseas.
And that's the value of this exhibition.
It is.
Yes, these are Bajans.
Correct.
And so we get to showcase their global excellence.
Correct.
And you get to interface with it as well. And so this opens on the 16th.
It opens this Saturday, 6 to 8 p.m., Queen's Park Gallery. All are invited.
Everyone is invited. And it continues.
And it continues until September 6th.
Folks, don't miss this. Don't miss this. Caribbean Roots Global Excellence, the Barbados exhibition. And so before those delegations visit Barbados for CariFesta 2015, we get to see it first.
Correct. And then it's up during all CariFesta, and I could go to all the events on the calendar.
Indeed. So get the first peek, indeed, starting this Friday, the 16th.
Saturday the 16th.
Saturday the 16th, yeah. I did my math just, I realized it was wrong.
No problem.
So this Saturday the 16th, you get a first chance into Queen's Park Gallery, beginning at 6 in the evening, and you see these Bajan roots, these global people who have excellence they need to share with everyone else. And then you pick up the exhibition and you run it right through till September indeed, but don't miss this opportunity to engage with the storytelling through the eyes of our artists or visual artists indeed. And so you have to be there. Don't miss that opportunity. Onika, as always, thank you, girl.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
You enjoy.
Good to see you. I hope to see you during CariFest as well.
I will see you at some events, I'm certain.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. And should I take a break here? All right. So that's what's happening as part of CariFest, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, it all starts with the opening gala, opening ceremony next Friday. There's a parade that takes you into Queen's Park itself, and then the action begins all through the evening with excellent performances indeed. And so we want to encourage you to go to carifesta.net. carifesta.net. You see all of the events, you see the times and the places and how you can be a part. Be a part of it. It is going to be great indeed. What a time to be alive in Barbados and in the Caribbean. I encourage you to follow indeed. And so that's it for today. My little crew joins me in hoping that you have a great today, Thursday, and it be the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow, Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning, Barbados, good morning.